Welcome to Black and Gold Today Digital Edition, an in-depth look at your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Black and Gold Today Digital Edition. I'm Mike Fenner, joined by Ashley Kaiser and Kent Urbanski. Folks, sound the alarms. The Pittsburgh Steelers have broken 400 yards on offense in a football game for the first time in nearly 3 years. Let's just open it up. The Steelers get a win in Cincinnati, and what about it?
That's exactly how everyone felt when it happened. Sound the alarms. Everyone was yelling. Very exciting day. It was refreshing to see a change of pace on offense, more passes down the middle of the field. What did you think?
Well, it's what everybody was expecting, right? So with the release of Matt Canada, everyone was expecting fireworks. There was fireworks. Well, I mean, not.
It wasn't the grand finale.
It wasn't the grand finale, but it was a start, like you said, Ash. You know, and I mentioned in last week that, you know, I thought there wouldn't be a big change, but there would be some situational plays difference, and that's what you saw. And I think they took the handcuffs off Kenny, let him throw downfield, made some great plays, made some great throws. Even the first you know, throw for what was supposed to be a touchdown, if they would have challenged that, I think they would have won that, to Deontay Johnson. I mean, that was a laser in there, and I think Kenny threw a lot of those. So that should erase the doubts in people's minds that he can't throw downfield. I mean, he can throw downfield. 2 passes, one on the right side of the field and left side of the field to both Pickens and Deontay Johnson proves he can put the ball where it needs to be. So I think going forward here, this should set the tone. Improved running game, both guys running hard. The yardage total shows that, proves it, that this offense can go. And Pat Freiermuth, what can you say? What is it? 9 catches, 11 targets for
120 yards. First career 100-yard receiving game,
yeah.
And just his second game back from that hamstring that's kept him out for most of the year. So great to see a career day from the tight end. A 16-10 win over the Bengals. So really the only thing you can really complain about offensively is just maybe some more finishing in the red zone, but still 421 yards, the most on offense in a game for this team since 2018. I mean, that's 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was interesting because hearing from the guys, they said that obviously after Matt Canada was released, they had like a whole offensive meeting with everybody and kind of like collectively discussed a lot of things, had open conversations about what needed to change. So it's interesting to see that that hadn't happened before, where we had some more communication on offense, and that was something that a lot of the players were saying this week. The communication has improved, and that's kind of what's leading to their success, is they're just all on the same page. And it's crazy to think that they wouldn't be on the same page. Well, I mean, it makes sense with the results that we've been seeing, but you have to be on the same page or you're not going to see a positive outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just, you know, again, this set the tone, I think, for what could be to come with this offense. And defensively, that's they're as good as it can get, even with some patchwork guys. You're going to get Minka back this week, I think. So I'm looking forward to this game coming up with Arizona, is maybe that offense getting back into the 20s with that defense that Arizona's bringing in, and not very highly rated, gives up a lot of, you know, rushing yards, not very good with the pass. So I think the Steelers in this game coming up hopefully get in the 20s, maybe a 3-touchdown pass weekend for Kenny.
Last thought I've got from that Cincinnati game, it was 7-3 Bengals in the third. They're driving, and even though this is a team without Joe Burrow, Jake Browning's got him in the red zone, and then Trenton Thompson comes up with the interception, his first as a Steeler. They could have gone down 2 scores, maybe even just a touchdown if Cincy kicks a field goal, but could have been a 2-score game. And then the Steelers put together arguably the best drive all day. They soak up almost 8 minutes. They run the ball, and Najee Harris gets that touchdown. I mean, that was the biggest, I think, probably the biggest stretch of the game, unequivocally there. So,
which kind of fooled me a little bit, because I wasn't sure that, you know, there was a flag thrown.
Like
I wasn't sure. I didn't even think it was a touchdown. But then after the fact, it was. And again, it's scoring points, what you need to do, and you're not going to get away with, like I said, with the rest of the year scoring in the teens. And somewhere down the line, you're going to have to be in the 20s. Your defense is going to hold teams to under, what are they holding teams under 18 points, something like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean,
so
for sure,
you get in the 20s, you win.
So we're going to have a matchup here at home with the Arizona Cardinals, a team that is 2-10, a team that obviously is rebuilding, going through some changes. They traded their quarterback in Joshua Dobbs from earlier this year. He came in as a backup, a former Steeler. Kyler Murray was still battling with coming back from the ACL from a year ago. He's now back in the lineup, but not necessarily fully back healthy. Still playing.
He
but
had two touchdowns in the last game, right? 200-something yards, 260, something like that.
So a team that lost to the Rams, coming off a 37-14 loss to the Rams. He's not fully back, but I think it all starts with trying to stop a former Steeler in James Conner in the backfield, the pride of McDowell out of Erie, pride of Pitt, and a guy that is a model, former Steeler. Mike Tomlin had a lot of good things to say about him. How important is that going to be for Pittsburgh to try to shut him down? I
think that's going to be really important. I mean, we've seen how well the defense has been so far this season. I think it's they're absolutely capable of doing it. I think it was interesting to see that Coach Tomlin talked about TJ Watt being the best defensive player in the planet, is how he said it. So that'll be interesting, but obviously they have the potential there. But I think looking at this 2-10 record, maybe this will give the Steelers a little bit of time to continue to develop what they've been doing on offense and, you know, keep building up their confidence on defense. So as long as they don't get cocky and they keep developing the skills that they were building off of last game, I think this could be a really good game for them.
I'm not sure that they even gave James the ball, 6 times in the game against the Rams. So
got down. I mean, so big it's hard to
right.
Stay on
So yeah, exactly. So I love James to death, but I don't want to see this homecoming, be a spoiler of the Steelers. They're going to need to shut James down, because not only can he run the ball hard through the gaps, but he can also catch. And I don't want to see Arizona work in the middle of the field with James, or it could be a long day for that Steelers defense.
So interesting to see his homecoming. I'm sure a lot of mixed emotions, as you alluded to, and a lot of people between Erie and Pittsburgh will be excited to see him at Acrisure Stadium. Another kind of local tie, at least for us in the Erie market, and another Penn State product, Jesse Luketa, a special teamer, a linebacker. He had quite an interesting going on, getting ready for that game last week against the Rams. Ran into a flat tire. He's got Cardinals fans taking him to the stadium. I don't think he'll need to worry about that this week with the team coming across the country, but he had some really good stuff to say about that. Really interesting to see a kid that we've come to know and know well from Erie Mercyhurst Prep. So he'll be another factor to look out for with Arizona. Guys, I think it comes down to this. When we take a look at our predictions, we're all going Steelers, right? But they can't overlook a team like this. It's such a great opportunity, as you talked about, to build on some things, but at the end of the day, you can't lose a game like this if you want to be a playoff team.
No, definitely not. And the Steelers have lost games like this. And I hate that the term trap game, but they have to do what they've been doing in the last game against the Bengals to avoid that. And I think they will. I don't think Arizona has the weaponry to come in and beat this Steelers defense. And all Pittsburgh really needs to do is control the line of scrimmage, keep Kyler Murray and James Conner off the field, and I think it's an easy victory, for the Steelers.
The great equalizer, I think, can be turnovers. That's in the NFL. That's the easiest way to get yourself beat. If they take care of the football, you got to think, as long as they avoid a -3 turnover margin, something like that, should be in good shape.
Yeah, hopefully seeing some players return with Minka, Montravius as well. Seeing some people practice and get back out on the field a little more over in Pittsburgh. So we'll see if they eventually can get fully put on and geared up.
Minka Fitzpatrick out since week 8 with the hamstring against the Jaguars, and yeah, great to see him on the south side out there working, full participant as of the time of this recording. So how much of an impact can he make?
Definitely can make an impact, and I think it's always going to be an issue, but seeing those injuries kind of pull them down a little more on top of other issues they've been having. But seeing those guys return, I think, is going to build confidence, and who knows what they can do when they have those players back in.
I think he's made a huge difference, even just being on the sidelines, kind of being the assistant general over there, or whatever you want to call him. And so that's where they've missed Minka a lot, is his mind back there and just his playmaking ability. They've done great without him, can only be better with him.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And right now, guys, in the AFC North, it is Baltimore leading the way at 9-3. Pittsburgh and Cleveland both 7-4. Steelers with a tiebreaker there to be in second in the North. And right now, Pittsburgh, a wild card team at the number 5 seed in the AFC, would be the top wild card team as of this recording. And then the Bengals coming up at 5-6, bringing up the end of the pack there in the AFC North standings. So the Steelers get ready to take on the Cardinals this Sunday at 1 o'clock in Acrisure Stadium. Then a short turnaround They'll be back home on Thursday night against the New England Patriots. And the next time we see, we'll break it all down with both of those games then in the books. All right, from all of us here at Black and Gold Today, including Kent Urbanski, Ashley Kaiser, I'm Mike Fenner. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the game.
Thanks for watching. Join us again next week for another edition of Black and Gold Today Digital Edition.